So we're unpacking the 5 rules of feeling more empowered when we have difficult conversations. And the 3rd rule is self-esteem, including not having to have all the answers. So often people confuse self-esteem with self-confidence. You can be very confident, you can appear very confident in the world, but you may not necessarily have high levels of self-esteem. And levels of self-esteem can vary moment to moment. So first of all, we're going to talk about what self-esteem is, and then we're going to look at an exercise to be able to maintain your self-esteem in difficult moments. So now let's take a look at what healthy self-esteem looks like. We often think of low self-esteem as insecurity. So that would be 1 down. So let's put that here. 1 down, insecurity. And sometimes we mistakenly think of high self-esteem as 1 up, better than. In reality, both 1 up and 1 down are insecurity. Healthy security, healthy self-esteem is same as. And what that means is, little person over here, I have value. I have worth. Little person over here, I have value. I have worth. I don't need to feel that I'm better than you or not as good as you to have value. Now, this doesn't mean that you may not have talents that I don't have, or that I may not have talents that you don't have. Those talents are different than our essential worth and value as a human being. And each one of us has value as a human being, and that value deserves to be respected. So when you're here, when you're feeling like I have value, you have value, that's when you have healthy self-esteem. So how do we go about developing that in the moment when we're in a difficult conversation and emotions are getting high and maybe someone said something about us that we don't like, or maybe something said about us that makes us feel emotionally threatened? Well, there's a way that Terence Real talks about, which I've slightly modified, and this is how I think about it. I don't know if you remember The Matrix, so I'm going to use an element from The Matrix, but essentially imagine that you have a kind of force field around you, and you let things in, but you don't let them in at the full speed that they're coming at you. So like Neo in The Matrix with the bullets coming at him. And so this bullet comes at you, and as it enters your force field, it slows down. And you get to pick it up and look at it and observe it and think, what do I think about that? So maybe someone says that you've behaved badly, or that you have a terrible opinion, or that you're an awful person because of a situation that occurred. So you pick that up and you think, what do I think of that? And you may decide, you know what, I do think I could have acted better in that situation, but I don't think that the way that this person is describing me is accurate. I think I just made a small mistake. Or you may decide that what they're saying is complete nonsense and they've completely misunderstood you. You've come from a very different place and a very different perspective. So this is a very powerful tool for us to use with views and opinions, and particularly things about ourselves that come at us and feel like they're coming fast. We slow it down and we decide, what do I think of what this person is saying? So self-esteem is a muscle that can be trained. It varies from moment to moment. We have different amounts of access, and that exercise that I just gave you is one way of training your self-esteem in the moment.